This acoustic woman is Chris Rock, not to be confused with Chris Rock, who got slapped by a professional cock, Will Smith.
The real reason why my armpits are hairy is because this nigga BlueFace said she better be hairy when he get back. So, I ain't been shaving at all.
What the? What did I just hear? Yeah, I might need to put some Bural inside my ears. But this woman, Chris Rock, might just be the most evil mom I've ever seen on the internet. And I'm gonna go as far as to say that even her partner, professional rapper Blue Balls, is also not a good person. BlueFace is a professional trash rapper who is extremely money hungry and clout hungry. He is so clout hungry that he will literally monetize his own baby for financial gains. For example, there are countless of clips recorded by BlueFace himself, by the way, where he's literally recording stuff that should be kept in private, but he's recording them and showing them to the public.
It's crazy. My son ain't got no parent at 4 in the morning.
Huh? Aren't you a parent too?
Ain't got no parent at 4 in the morning. Nobody wanna watch him. She got Marsh. She got Marsh.
From the looks of it, it looks like you don't want to watch your son either.
She got Marsh watching the baby at 4 in the morning so she could what? Get some dick. Do a verse.
You're a parent, you're the dad, you could be watching over the kid instead of recording and showing off this private stuff to the public. But of course, he's just virtue signaling. He doesn't care about his baby, he doesn't care about Chris Rock. They're just tools for him to get more clout.
My son ain't got no parent. 4 in the morning. Stopping us. Cause she wanna be a bad parent to a bad parent.
What about you, Blue Balls? What about you? Are you not a bad parent too? Guys, you gotta love Blue Balls, bro. He's all about preaching. He's all about telling Chris Rock how to be a good parent. And he's literally being a dog water parent as well. But don't worry, guys. Nothing screams good parenting more than you literally recording stuff that should be kept in private and deciding to upload these clips on social media just for your baby to grow up, stumble upon these cringe videos in the future, and unlock cringe core memories. This is one of the many examples as to why I sincerely believe that Blue Ball's brain mass probably all went inside of his meat, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like you gotta be built like Drake if you're gonna get multiple girls to get tattoos of your face on their faces. But this couple recently had a baby and it's not looking good for that baby's life. Let's put it that way.
Look, this how she got the baby. Look, this how she got the baby. She in the front seat. She got the baby in the front seat. With no car seat, no nothing. It's not even my child. This child looks zero like me.
When I see clips like that, you already know the baby's life is GG before it even began. Clearly, the baby's not even a priority for them. I mean, you've got the father literally saying, "That's not my baby. I'm not the father." Like that's not what you want to hear when you're a baby, bro. Like I don't know why I'm saying that. Like the baby knows what they're talking about, but just seeing their behavior, the couple's behavior, you already know, like. Bruh. It's not looking good for the baby at all. To give you an idea as to how messed up the life of this baby currently is, his father, Blue Balls, is currently in jail, bruh. And Chris Rock, her mother, just got sued for kicking someone at a club.
It's not even my child. This child looks zero like me.
But if those clips are not enough to show you how much of a scumbag BlueFace is, don't worry, because he is so sick in the head that he's done much worse. I mean, if you were on Twitter like 3 months ago, you would have seen BlueFace's baby's beep beep on your Twitter feed. Like, bruh, what's wrong with BlueFace's brain? Like, ain't nobody wanted to see that baby's like, why did he have to curse everyone on Twitter like this? Why did he have to post that on Twitter? I just don't understand. Bruh, I don't even think you guys are understanding how this whole situation is. Remember, it hadn't even been 1 month since the baby came out of its mom's and his own father decided to lick his own baby's pee-pee. Like, imagine being a normal human being 3 months ago and then, you decide to go on Twitter and then the first thing you see on Twitter is a picture of a baby's pee-pee. Like, what? And the worst part about all of this is the caption of the cursed tweet, where BlueFace is essentially mocking his son's hernia or deformation around his groin shortly after being born. And the baby needed urgent surgery to fix that. Now, I already know what you're thinking. You're probably wondering, why is this acoustic person sharing a picture of his baby's meat to the public instead of being there for his own baby privately, not publicly, while he's undergoing a life-threatening surgery? To this day, we're still trying to find an answer to that question. But of course, if you want the official response of BlueFace himself regarding this whole baby's incident, according to him, his phone was hacked. That's why the baby's picture was posted. It wasn't him. It was just hacked. Let's be real, the phone wasn't hacked. So, after seeing all of this, I think you're getting a better idea as to why I said earlier that BlueFace is also not a good person. But going back to this clip, now that we have more context about how much of a scumbag BlueFace is, I mean, imagine being this baby and the first words you hear from your own dad is, "That ain't my baby. That ain't my baby." Like, bruh, like, You just know that baby's life was over the moment he came out of his mom's crusty, smelly coop. Now remember, the baby was barely a month old at that point, and his has already been leaked. And his own father saying that's not my kid. But now, let's get to why. Oh, my bad. Let's get to why the mom might just be one of the most evil moms I've ever seen on the internet. I know I've focused a lot on the father until this point of the video, but that was for good reasons. I want you guys to understand firmly that there is no good parent in that baby's life. Why is Chris Rock not only a bad mother, but also a big mean? Well, if you look at her face, you will clearly see a tattoo of blue balls. So if you're someone with no prior knowledge about who Chris Rock is, and then you look at her ugly ass, messed up tattoo on her face, of BlueFace, you might be like, wow, despite both of them being terrible parents, at least they love one another. At least they must have a loving, loyal relationship toward one another. And you would be extremely wrong to assume so. They have such a loving relationship toward one another that if you go on TMZ, you'll sometimes see clips of them clocking one another. They have such a loving relationship that BlueFace now has a second girlfriend, and Chris Rock, for some reason, is still getting tattoos of BlueFace on her face. And she is still getting hairy for him.
The real reason why my armpits are hairy is because this nigga BlueFace said you better be hairy.
If that's not love, I don't know what is. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how Chris Rock is as a person, as a human being, before we talk about how she is as a mother. I generally believe that Chris Rock is not only missing a tooth on her front teeth and has that big tooth gap, but she's also missing something inside her head. I don't know if it's a brain defect or something.
Yeah, so just axis.
Huh?
Axis, whatever question.
Yeah. But she is 1000% missing something. I mean, when the first thing you see when you go on her Reddit page is this, you know something wrong. Here's a clip of Chris Rock getting invited to someone's house. And you know how it is, right? When you get invited to someone's house, you want to be a good guest, be respectful. But Chris Rock finds a way to be the complete opposite of that.
Appreciate it.
Or either this.
This one will work.
Yeah, because this one little. My bad, Chad.
Wait, you put a hole in my wall.
You rich, you can fix it.
God, you just put a hole in my wall.
What's that right there? That's a video here?
That's for
Hmm?
Yeah.
Here we have someone who is not only vandalizing someone's house, but she is also telling him, nah, you rich, you can fix that wall. Like, what kind of disrespectful crap is that? I mean, let's say you have a rich friend, right? And he invites you to his house, and you go to his house, and you guys play on a PS5, whatever, you play a game of Tekken, and then, you know, he beats you, and you rage so hard that you grab his PS5 controller, and you throw it on his PS5. And then you're like, even though your PS5 is broken, has blew up in 1 million pieces, you can always get another one. Like, oh, bro, yo, that is so tilting, it gives me a north to fist, unconsciously. Like, this girl is lucky she did not date Chris Breezy. Like, you already know day one. Chris Breezy would have, I don't even know what came out of that of Chris Rock's mouth. I don't know what noise that was. That noise was so weird that even this guy had to throw in that mean look, like that mean face, like that. Like, what was that noise? What was that noise? Because I know for damn sure that wasn't a hiccup or a burp. Like, that was something else. But how is Chris Rock as a mother? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I sincerely believe that some people are just not meant to have babies or have kids. And she is unfortunately one of them. During the course of her pregnancy, she was doing all kinds of things. From smoking to drinking, and perhaps maybe she was even off that perk. Who knows? Now, when it comes to this picture of her drinking, there have been some people who have been saying some stuff like, how do we know that this wasn't a non-alcoholic cocktail? When you have literal clips of this girl, Chris Rock, saying she's trying to get another bottle of alcohol despite being pregnant, my bad, but my trust for you is going to deteriorate very quickly.
Have a BlueFace girlfriend.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at?
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
You
gonna...
got no liquor? Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
It won't hurt you? Who's worried about you? It's the baby we're worried about. What you mean it won't hurt you?
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. bro.
And spoiler alert, she ended up keeping the baby.
Where the bottle at? Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
drink it.
She asked for another bottle.
Now notice how she said another bottle of alcohol, implying that she already drank another one while she's pregnant. But imagine being this baby and growing up and one day literally seeing a clip of your mother saying, I'm about to abort this baby, like, I don't even care about it, like, let me drink another bottle of Hennessy, like, like, imagine just being that baby growing up one day, like, I just feel bad. Things like this where it's like, bro, really? You couldn't just be sober, like, you know, do whatever you can, just for 9 months? Just for the baby to come out? Like, I understand. I'm never gonna be the one to say, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do that. Like, if you enjoy smoking, if you enjoy drinking, do it. But don't get pregnant. Now, what's gonna be the excuse of the clip of her literally smoking? Or some people are gonna come out of nowhere and say, actually, she wasn't smoking a cigarette. She was smoking weed. Okay, listen, you extra chromosome. So what if it was weed? What is your argument gonna be like? It is not scientifically proven that smoking weed while pregnant is gonna harm the baby. Okay, well, I like how the first thing I see when I literally Google this is this post from the CDC. Literally, it can be harmful to your baby's health. But don't worry, leave it to Reddit detectives or YouTube comment detectives to be right. Like, let's actually neglect and disregard the actual scientific medical evidence. Like, once again, if you don't want to be sober, if you want to keep drinking and keep smoking, just don't get pregnant. No one cares if you're smoking or drinking. No one should tell you what to do. But if you're gonna get pregnant and you're gonna keep the baby, which she ended up doing, by the way, even though, like, earlier she was like, I'm gonna drink as much as I want, I'm probably gonna abort that baby. And she didn't. But if you're gonna get pregnant and you intend on keeping that baby, it's not just about you anymore, bruh. It's about the baby's life, too. Like, and if you're gonna do some irresponsible, scumbag, disgusting stuff, like smoking, weed, while pregnant, drinking while pregnant, and if you're gonna maximize the chances of your baby developing some kind of complications, like mental diseases, mental deficiencies, or physical disabilities, then it's 1000% your fault. And that is exactly what ended up happening to her baby. So, if we look at this picture, we can clearly see that some ain't right. I don't know if some's missing, or some extra going on, but some ain't right. And now you're starting to understand why I've been extremely critical of her actions during her pregnancy. Now, throughout this whole video, I've done my best to not focus on the baby because, I don't know, bro, something doesn't sit right with me. Like there have been a lot of people on Twitter who, for some reason, they've been roasting the baby. Like, there's this one tweet of someone saying, this baby looking like Charles Barkley. Like, what? But as you can see from these pictures, people have been speculating that this baby's definitely got something. Now, of course, you already know, the Reddit and Twitter detectives, they had to pull up, they had to show up, and according to them, the baby must have what's it called? The fetal, the fetal alcohol syndrome, which is attained if the mother is, once again, drinking while pregnant. Which is why it's very important for the mother not to smoke, drink, not be off that perk, you know, like, just be sober for like 8 to 9 months. And if you can't do that, don't get pregnant. There's some other people who have been speculating that the baby does not have the fetal alcohol syndrome, but instead has a genetic disorder, which would mean that the mother is not directly responsible for that condition. Here's the thing, I'm not a Reddit detective, and I'm not going to diagnose that baby. But what I'll say is this, no matter what the baby's got, Chris Rock is definitely at fault. In the back of her mind, she'll always have that thought lingering, and she'll always wonder if she could have done things differently back when she was pregnant. Money, 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 money.